stuff. Couldn't have even dreamed it. Couldn't have even dreamed it. Having a product that phenomenal at $20 to be able to put this 2x matrix on $20 out there. Just, man, y'all don't know. I cried when every time I'd get in a 2x matrix and it would go away, it just made me cringe, just, cry and cry and cry over it. When you've experienced, I just got off the phone with someone who's been in the industry for a long time. And, he relates to what I'm saying because he's experienced it too. And, when you have experienced having had the freedom that this kind of thing can give you, and then it gets taken away, like the rug just being pulled out from under you, and your whole life you've acquired, you're living high on the hog, money is no object, you're flying around all over the place, you decide, oh, I think I'll go have lunch in Hawaii. Okay, go get on a plane. No, you don't care what it cost. You don't even care, because you know where that money came from. There's more money coming behind it. Sure. The next month, the same money's back there, and it's getting bigger every month because there's more people coming into it every month. When you experience that, and then the rug is pulled out from under you because the company has to be shut down or something, it's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. Have to downsize, sell the boat. It's devastating. So the fact that we can do this and be absolutely legal because we've got a product on this, wow. And then people think, she's crazy, thinks she can eradicate poverty. I have always known that this was the way to do it, that this could eradicate poverty. There's no excuse, no reason for any poverty in the world if people just understood this. 2x matrix stuff, 2x matrix, So when we opened AI, we came out with a 3x matrix and then added another 3x matrix. And I watched that, and I was so frustrated all the time. If you've been here with me for the last couple of years, you know what we've been dealing with. It's that extra person everybody had to get was just a half a person too many. That third person was just a half a person too many. The compensation plans were phenomenal compensation plans, but the requirement for everybody to get 3 people, it just put too much stress on the people who do perform and pull in the spillover, too much stress on them to fill it out, help fill it out 3 levels, get it full through 3 levels. But a 2x matrix can go so fast. That half a person, you got to realize the power of multiplication takes effect there too. You're half a person extra too many. The 2 people under you happen to have a half a person too many. That half a person multiplies out to being a lot of people actually. So not having to get that extra half a person, that's on the statistics that people sponsor 2.5 people before they quit something. 2.5 people. Well, that means really just 2 people. You just got to stick with 2 people, just 2 people. If that's all you got to do, everybody can find 2 people, you can talk 2 people into anything. You can find 2 people, you can talk into anything. So anyway, that's the key factor to the success. I do believe why I have seen every time I was in a 2x matrix, success. Not a 2x matrix, not too much success. But the coolest thing about it is, as I took a bunch of people through crowdfunding and showed them how to do it as a 2x matrix, I realized then when we went into GDI, well, we could build this like a 2x matrix too, and just put people under people and force them to make income, and they'll stay there and keep paying that $10 every month. So when you're making your accounts in the GDI, and I hope you all have already done that, if you haven't, well, you need to get with your sponsor and say, hey, you need to get that GDI account made. If you're not in it, get the account made so I can make mine, because it's just real simple. Everybody just falls in line. Boop, 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 boop. Everybody has their 2. Those 2 have 2. Those 2 have 2. Doesn't take very long before you got your $10 covered there every month, and everything else is profit. So then after you have 2 who have 2 who have 2, not only pays 5 levels deep, so at the point that you've got people on your 5th level there, you don't sponsor people to anybody anymore. You go back and put them up to you again. And you build another 2 who get 2, who get 2, who get 2. And then you go put somebody else to you again, 2, get 2, get 2. You just find some people who don't have anybody and you let them, you have to go in your money train area of your back office of the school and keep changing that username in there. Keep changing that username to somebody else that's in your GDI that doesn't have anybody underneath them yet. You go grab their username and put it in there as if it was yours. You just change that little part of the link in the money train area. So now the next person that hits your money train and signs up with you, they're going in under somebody in GDI that doesn't have anybody yet. And you just keep watching and changing that every time somebody new makes an account there. You just kind of go once a day, go over there and look around in the downline report and see who doesn't have anybody. You want to look at the tree version of it. So we'll get into that in training during the day. Let's see if we don't have some new people on the call this evening, because I do not want to be confusing new people. But yeah, GDI totally rocks, guys. Never missed a check in 22 years. I'm going to say they're going to be the second best thing in the world next to us. I've always called GDI my sweet little honey. It's just dependable. It's just rocking dependable. The key to it, key to keeping people in GDI and not dropping out, is you put people underneath them. You don't go wide. You put people under people. So you sign up 1, 2 people. You know, if you get 5 people in your first week sponsored to you personally, you'll get a $100 bonus. If you do it between Sunday night, midnight, and the next Sunday night at 11:59 Pacific time, you could get a $100 bonus. But after that, you just want to, you know, have people randomly signing up with you, and you keep changing that username. So you're building out downline. You're building it out under each other, building it down under the people under you that don't have anybody yet, and locking them in. Who cares about the $100 bonus? What's important is that you establish the $100 check that comes month after month, and the $200 check, and the $300 check, and the $400 check. You got 400 people in your downline here in the force fed matrix. Those same 400 people are going to be underneath you over there in GDI, turning on another $400. Just that simple. It's just more money to go get. It's fast. It's easy money. It's easy money. We don't promote and sell GDI. I don't talk to people about getting some website hosting, although we are going to have you hosting a website on it. Interesting enough, because we're going to have everybody set up to be retailing the avatars. So super fun, cool stuff that's going to put bigger money in your pocket as you go out to sell those avatars. You've got business cards that you can hand out. You know, people who are in business, you can send them to your website. Say, check this out. You want an avatar? You want us to make an avatar of you, put on your website? And you're going to make a nice chunk of change on that. But at the same time, every avatar activated, whether it's a retail avatar or it's a generic avatar that's just part of our marketing system here that everybody just activates for $20. Now, when we do go live, they're going to be paying a $10 setup fee for those generic avatars. It's $10 setup and $20 a month for your activation on it. The $20 activation is where all the money's going to roll from. But being able to sell them retail gives us that extra advantage that we need as well. Put some extra money in your pocket. If you have the incentive to actually market and sell something like that to people, you can make some good money on it. But it also helps keep us legal. Federal Trade Commission wants to see us having outside customers, not just users, not just people who are in the program making money from other people who are in the program, but also outside customers. So everybody who finds an outside customer, even if it's just one outside customer, helps keeps us legal. Federal Trade Commission wants about a 50-50 ratio there. So easy enough. Thanks to Joseph, we have the perfect product to do this with. It's amazing. So anyway, we're just in such a blessed place right now. Y'all just don't even know. And when this, as I've spent the day here talking to old timers that have been in the industry for a while, that have worked a couple of 2x matrices, like I told you, when the word gets out there, When the word gets out there around to these people who know network marketing, that have been in this industry for a long time, they know when they see a force-fed 2x matrix, they know what that means. That is money on the wall. It's just plain and simple out there. Easy peasy, especially when it's cheap and everybody can afford it. 20 bucks. It was 20 bucks, 20 bucks a month in the late 80s. $20 back then was worth a whole lot more money than it is now, but the same denomination, 20 bucks. And here we're going to do it again on nothing more than 20 bucks. 20 bucks is nothing now. It's hardly anything compared to what it was in the 80s. We're talking 40 years ago, y'all. Talking about almost 40 years ago. Big difference in 20 bucks from then to now. If we could do as well as we did with 20 bucks back then, think what's going to happen here right now. Woo. So I hope y'all are seriously excited, and I hope you are seriously sharing this with everyone. Truly, I want to tell you what I used to tell people. I used to tell people, looking to see who's all on the call, because I know I'm saying some things here that typically I wouldn't say unless I was in a training call with y'all, but you know, I really did. I told people, listen, doesn't matter if you understand this or not, doesn't matter if you want to use this phone number. It was a phone number deal they were trying to use to make it legal, but it didn't fly because it really wasn't a product. It was a phone number people could call and buy stuff wholesale. It was a membership thing. That will not fly. The word membership, that's when I learned the word membership is a red flag with the Federal Trade Commission. That it was just an incredible thing, just an incredible thing. And so as people would just pile in there, I would tell them, doesn't matter if you're going to use this phone number and buy anything or not. And honestly, nobody was buying anything. Nobody was buying anything from that phone number. And all the, I think it was almost a year, right around a year or so. I can't even remember exactly, but I bought one pair of sunglasses in that whole time. That's all I did. Nobody was buying anything. There was no movement of product or services. So it just didn't fly. So it got shut down. And I mean, it was devastating for so many people, so many people, so many people. People had taken out mortgages on mansions. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, just that was it, all gone. So here we're legal. We got what we need. I'm counting on Joseph. He's counting on me. We know, but working together and making sure that we cross all of our T's and dot all of our I's, that, you know, we're going to set up everything so that there's backup. There's people that know how to keep every part of any of this going in the event that either one of us are not here. No problem. There'll be other people know how to keep it going. And as long as you keep talking about it and telling people, hey, doesn't matter if you understand how this works or not, just don't miss out on the next position. Grab it fast, put your $20 in there and get that position. Then we're going to go get 2 more people and tell them the same thing. Doesn't matter if you understand what it is or not, just put that $20 in there and get the next position. And we just keep doing that and doing that. And people just keep putting it in there. And the next thing you know, they get checks. Bam, 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 money. Well, in this case, you know, we got our checks once a month. We didn't know what was going on. There was no website. You couldn't see a downline, nothing. But you just kept getting people to sign up for it. It was a paper document. You had to get them to fill out the paper document, put it in the stamp on it with a voided check and send it off in the mail. And then a month later, if you had other people that had done that, you would get a check with a downline report printed out. It was pretty crazy. That was your list, actually. It was pretty cool. So later I used that list to go into other things. I contacted a bunch of those people and signed them up in other stuff. But, you know, it was just a matter of telling people, just put your $20 in here, put your $20 in here, put your $20 in here, send these papers off with this voided check, send your paper off with this voided check. And the money just came back. Every month you had all this money come in. You didn't know how much you were going to get. You couldn't watch it grow. You didn't know how many people had actually signed up other people. until you got the check in the mail. What a surprise. It was crazy. Big, thick envelopes with pages and pages and pages of names and phone numbers, line by line by line by line by line by line by line. Well, here, we're not going to be mailing that out to you, but you are going to be able to go in your back office after we launch and see all the people piling up in there. This is going to be a wildfire like no other. And then the money being sent out within 24 to 48 hours. Whatever money comes in one day goes out in the next 24 to 48 hours directly to your wallets. And I consider that to be a big motivator. What motivated me was the check that I got once a month. If you're getting money all month long, and all of a sudden you've got more money than you need, you've paid all your bills, and there's extra in there, wow, that's life-changing for people. That's life-changing. I got extra money. Wow, I could go buy myself something nice. And they got it without having to wait a whole month to get it. We never knew how much money we had coming, but I was always surprised by it. Always surprised. We used to do a hotel meeting twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursday nights. I had people showing up in those meetings that didn't know how the money was coming. They didn't know how it worked at all. Just that their son had signed them up, you know, in this little thing that they put a check in the mail for $20, you know, voided check, and now all this money comes in the mailbox every month. They don't know why or how it happens. That was phenomenal. I love those kind of testimonies. I don't know where this money's coming from or how this works, but I get this money every month. You're going to have people like that in your downline. If you just get them to put the $20 out there and take that next position, get that next position fast, because the upline's bringing in more people, more people, more people. And then everywhere you go, when you have money, you will have friends. Oh my goodness. Your friend, and when you have money, everybody wants to know how you make your money. Well, what do? Well, I make people make money is what I started telling people. I just make people make money. That's what I told them. I make people make money. Well, how do you do that? Well, got $20. Here, watch what happens. Go find 22 other people. Take these documents, get some other people to fill out these documents, put a check in the mail for $20 and watch what happens. That's what I did. That's how I built it. And then I went and stood in front of a room full of people 2 nights a week at a hotel, gave my story, and had other people come up there and tell their story. Don't know how it happened, don't know how this works, but this checks come every month. It's the same compensation plan, y'all. It's the very same compensation plan. So if you're not busy right now getting people to get their VIP for $20, locking in that next position, and I'm not talking about just once, I'm talking about get them to understand they need to get in 3 different ones, and they need to activate GDI immediately. We don't have to wait for GDI. GDI is already up and going. We're not waiting for programmers there. Load in there. It's free for 7 days. In that much time, here's the deal. In that much time, somebody new comes in here, they spent $20 to get into just say one of the programs. They're activating the avatar, getting a spot in the avatar program. They go get 2 more people that also pay that $20. Now they got 10 from each one of those. They got that $20 back. Now get over there into the NMAS program. Get in that lineup. The same 2 people, they do the same thing. They're coming in behind you. Some of the people you bring in, they may be activating all 3 at the same time, spending $60 and getting in all 3 right up front. That's what you want. Traffic Exchange, NMAS Money Train, and then the avatars. If you can't afford to do all 3, if people can't afford to do all 3, at least get them to get in the avatar first. And then as soon as they sign up 2 people and they get their $10 from each one of those, get the one in the avatar. We're not going to launch just yet. So as long as they get in there before we launch with their own VIP in that other program, even if their other person has already done it, we will reserve a spot for them to go in there before their person activates it. But get yourself the VIP in there as fast as you can. Get everybody to get their VIP from If they only get one activated first, get that second one as soon as possible, then get the third one as soon as possible, so that by the time we go to launch, you actually have all three of them. You're already in there. You've already got that position reserved, and then your downline is coming in underneath you. So, but get the money by bringing people in to the pre-launch. Get that $10 from everybody that comes in, and then, you know, so you get your $10 back from everybody here. Use one of those $10. If you're so worried about having $10 in 7 days to cover the $10 charge from GDI, you're going to have it because you signed people up during pre-launch here into these VIPs. $10 for every person you sign up. No problem. You worried about paying $10 in GDI? No problem. Load people in these pre-launches. Get $10 for every one. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Start that money flow now in GDI so you can get a check this next month from GDI. Make sure you get your documents in at GDI, and make sure when people make those accounts in GDI that they are using their real name, because you have to send in legal documents with a proof of ID. So make sure they're using their real name when they make those accounts. They can't go in there as, you know, marketing so-and-so and whatever. If you have legal documents for a business name, you can use those. You know, if you got an EIN number and all of that documentation, you can use those. Corporation, you can use that in GDI to make an account. Otherwise, people need to just use their real name that matches their social security card. So very important. GDI will not send out money otherwise, and they will not let you change the name on the account. So you have to make sure they do that. What else going on? Man, just exciting. It's exciting today to get a hold and talk to so many people all day long that are like, I don't know what was going on today. It's like all the old timers came out of the woodwork. You know, a 2x4 stand matrix. Wow. And they're so excited, and they're buying up the investors position. I think there's 0.00020% left. That's it. Man, they're like $500, $1,000. Oh yeah, here, yeah. I mean, bam, 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 one right after the other. They get it. They know what's about to happen. They've seen it before. And this time, we're all legal. We got everything in place that we need to be absolutely legal. So this is going to be long-term, ongoing, and we're going to keep adding more and more services to everything that we do here to give you maximum capability of adding even more money to it. When I say $65,534 minimum per matrix, I am seriously saying minimum, because we're going to be giving you multiple ways to get more money out of it. That is just with each person having one product activated, one avatar, or in the money train, everybody having the money train activated. It's just one thing. And it turns on $65,534 every single month. Just one. So it is minimum. You got to wrap your head around that. It's minimum, and it's every month. So think about it. What would life be like? You got, if you didn't even have the traffic exchange, I consider that's going to be icing on the cake, but just think about it. You got GDI, $1 a person. But let's just take GDI out of the picture too. Just the two, the avatar program and your money train. You got those activated. $65,534 each. We're just going to roll that down to $60,000. You're rocking out $130,000, $120,000 a month there. $120,000 a month if you take it down to $60,000. You add the $5,000 back in, now you're up to $130,000 a month. Minimum, just because everybody's rocking both. Crazy. Can you even imagine life collecting $130,000 a month? $130,000 a month. I think that puts you right up there with some like doctors, brain surgeons, rocket scientists. And you may not even have a high school education. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Anyway, we've been here for 30 minutes with me gabbing on, and I don't see any new guests on the call today, but let's try to get some new people on here tomorrow. We are dealing with something that is so big and so hot. So we really should be seeing a lot of new faces on here. All those youngsters out there that haven't been in this industry for very long, I'm going to tell you what, they have never experienced anything like this. It's hard for them to believe it because they haven't ever experienced it. They've never seen anything like it. Maybe you haven't either. But today, you know, I got to talk to a lot of people that remember the days that we had things like this, and it was sweet. It was just sweet. We were living heaven on earth. That's what it feels like when you have enough money for everything you need. When you have enough money for everything you need and more, it's like heaven on earth. You have so much to be grateful for. It's so much easier to be grateful. So know that you really are going to be changing people's lives. This is going to be a game changer. This is truly going to be a game changer. If you're out there playing around marketing some other stuff, it ain't going to be anything like this. I challenge you to tell me at any time that you're making more money in something else. After this gets going, I challenge you to ever tell me you're making more money in something else than you will be out of this. Challenge you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're about to be dazed and amazed. So anyway, I don't see any new people on the call. So let's just, anybody got any questions tonight? What's going on? Y'all have really got to start calling people from your view leads area. I know a lot of people have out of country phone numbers. I went through today, Robert, I made some calls to some of your people today. I am going through everybody's leads and I'm just calling people, just calling. Hey, hi, how you doing? Did you know? Do you know what's going on? Noticed you hadn't verified your email address. Just want to make sure you've gotten your email to verify your email address, because we really want you to be able to get in that back office and learn what all it is that you can take advantage of for free. And we look forward to meeting you and, you know, those kind of things. Come join us in the classes. Come join us on the Zoom calls. It's going to be worth your time to reach out to those people. Reach out to them. If they've got a good working phone number on there, make some contact with them. Let them know. Get personal. People don't do that anymore. I don't know what it is, since we don't have phones that are stuck on the wall anymore, but people have got social anxiety or something. They got to be hiding behind the internet all the time. If you get on the phone and talk to people, it amazes them because they don't expect it. They just don't expect it. And it impresses them that somebody would take the time to actually call them and say, hi, welcome. I want to meet you. I want to get to know you, and I want to help you make money in the network marketing industry. I want to help you. And people don't experience that anymore. Nobody calls you up to say hi. And, you know, where'd the welcome wagon go? Those people that went around putting baskets, bringing you a basket of goodies when you moved into a new house in a neighborhood. They had a neighborhood welcome wagon thing. People don't do those things anymore. If anything, they're just accustomed to getting scam calls all day long. You'll shock and surprise them and amaze them that you want to build a relationship with them. And you'll be surprised. You meet the nicest people in this industry. Truly, you do. For the most part, people who are in network marketing are truly, really just hardworking people that just want a break in life, just like you. So get to know them. They're just like you. They're just like you. Plain, simple folk, you know? I don't come out here anymore. I used to do hotel meetings and I would, you know, go be pretentious. I hated every minute of it because truly I just want to be down to earth, simple me. And that's the way people really are. So don't feel like you have to meet some kind of social status to be able to call and talk to these people. Don't be afraid of them. They're just like you. They will enjoy getting to meet you and know that somebody else is in the world that actually cares to talk with them. A lot of times you'll find that they're senior citizens and they're lonely. You never know who's on the other end of that call when you call, and how enjoyable that conversation might be and how you might develop a relationship. It's fun. It's fun to get to know people. And I will tell you right now that no other business in the world allows you to have friends and people that you have a connection with, a true connection with, than network marketing. My closest, dearest friends have always been people that I met in network marketing and still maintain relationships 30, 40 years later. We're still friends. They may not be doing network marketing anymore, and they look at me and go, can't believe you're still doing that. But you know what I do for them? I stick them in positions and pay their way and build downline underneath them. That's what I do, because they don't have it in them anymore. You can do that kind of thing. I have people in GDI. I pay their $10 every month, and I put people underneath them. I just write it off as a cost of doing business. It's a cost of doing business. But I'm establishing that downline underneath them that's always going to be there, because I keep putting more people underneath those people, underneath those people, underneath those people. So as the money just stacks up in there, Christmas comes around. Hey, by the way, I've been doing this little thing for you. Here's your username and your password. Now go in there and send in your documents, so they'll send you the money every month. It's already got about, I don't know, $300, $400 in there. It cost me $10 a month to create that for them. For a couple of months, a year maybe at the most. But now they got a gift that keeps on giving. $300, $400, $500 a month. What a gift. Just because I spent $10 a month paying their way. No big deal. I got more money coming in from GDI than it cost me to pay for their accounts. All the people I put underneath there, I also get $1 for all of them too. So I just take the $10 it cost me kind of really just out of the money that I'm bringing in there. No big deal. Same thing here with this 2x matrix. $20 a month, put some people in, build some downline underneath it. Someday give them the username, password. Keeps on giving. The gift that keeps on giving. When you build things out as a matrix, every position is an asset that you own. It's an asset. Every position, everywhere you go on this money train, because you're building it out as a matrix with downline already coming in underneath all of it, that position becomes an asset that you own. You can sell them. But if you put other people's names on them in GDI, you have to be careful, because they only let you have one position there. You can't stack it like you can with us. One position to a person, that's it. You know, now you can have a husband and wife can have their own account, but you know, you could put accounts in there for your kids. I have accounts all in GDI. Some of you have my grandkids underneath you. They're going to sit there and collect money in those accounts. It pays into you. I'm paying the $10 on it, so it pays into you and the people above you and so on, you know. And I just keep putting more people underneath there as I'm building up their positions. I'm actually building up your position too. So someday when those kids are old enough, they'll send in their documentation and collect all that money. There may be thousands of dollars sitting in there by then, thousands and thousands. But that's the kind of cool stuff you can do here if you really learn how to manipulate the network marketing industry, and you learn how to build out a downline in such a way that it's never going away. It's just never going away. It's only going to get bigger and bigger. Money's only going to get bigger and bigger as the downline gets bigger and bigger. Can't stop it. All right, no questions here. I'm going to suggest that we pull up the pledge.
One question.
It's unmuted there. Hi, Jerry. We got all the Jerry's on tonight. It's the Jerry's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry's. As far as the GDI, if you set up for the kids, can you, is there a way they'll be able to collect or not?
Oh, I've had money sitting in GDI accounts for years. Never took it out. Just let it sit there.
So what is it, like create an account for them and as long as under their name until they get like a W-2 or they won't be able to connect?
Yep. When they can send in the documentation that matches that name with their W-9, then they can collect the money. So I just make accounts for people, pay the $10, and then it's got enough money in. I don't even tell people about it at all. I just let it sit there and build up. But I do have it listed. One thing you want to do with all these accounts is have some kind of a notebook or something that you have every account. I have an index box is how I do it. I have an index box, and each card in the index box starts out with the name of the company in the top corner. And then it says who's, the username, password of an account, and whose account it is. So all the details, the email address that's used on it, the phone number that's listed on it, any pertinent information to that account is on that index card. So they're all in the index card alphabetically by the company names. So if something happens to me, my family knows they have to go to that box and read every one of those cards and log into every one of those accounts and do whatever needs to be done to get the money out, change the, I also put on the card the method in which it's being paid for, which credit card is being used to pay for that one. So if they stop a credit card or something, the credit card is stopped, they have to go in there and change that. But this way, somebody knows where to go get the money. I did the work so that they could always have the money. So they have to know how to go and get it. So make sure somebody knows where all your login details are for all your accounts, and that they have legal documentation. Another thing I have is I have given power of attorney to certain people and backup power of attorney in case something happens to that person. There's somebody that can go in and act on behalf of the person who's missing. So you never want anything to ever be hinged on one person being available or there or something. Things happen. So, and having to go through legal issues, probate court and stuff is something you do not want to have to deal with. It's expensive. But in the case of like getting your money out of a GDI account, helping, if they don't have the legal documentation to get it, they won't be able to. For the account that's in your name that you're collecting money to yourself on, you need to make sure you have given permission to someone, that power of attorney, to take that money from that account, to assume that account. So, and then send that legal documentation to GDI so they have it on file that if ever you're not available to take your earnings, that you are willing that you are passing it on to this person and they have permission to take over that account. So those are things you just have to do to, a lot of people leave money on the table because they don't cross the T's and dot the I's. They don't take care of business, and they leave a lot of, loose strings out there. They don't tie up their business well, and it causes a lot of money to be lost. Family members never get things because they don't even know they exist. So remember that all of your accounts and all these network marketing opportunities, if you've got downline under it, it's an asset. That is an asset. So, yeah. And your AAI accounts as well, because you got money that'll be coming out of AAI. And there's other things in here that they need to have access to. There'll be more things in your back office that they're going to want to have access to. So anyway, yeah, it is a pleasure doing business with all of you. And I'm really, I was thinking today about what a great group of people we have accumulated here, the regulars that show up at every call. You guys all represent together a very special group of people, the elite group. You're the elite group. We got others. There's 13,000 people in this school, but you guys show up regularly every day, twice a day. You're committed. You're what I used to call diehard. And that's really what it takes. You know, there are people out there that will just want to ride on other people's skirt tails. That's okay. We're going to take them for the ride, because they too will turn around and bring more people in. We make them have money. That's okay. We do the work. We make them have money. Don't feel bad. Don't be mad at them. Don't be mad at them. They don't know what they don't know. They're lazy, whatever it is. Don't worry about it. We're going to turn them into super performers just by virtue of the fact we made them make money. Now they can't help but sponsor people. So, you know, we will get the last joke. They'll be the ones scurrying around sponsoring people before it's all over, because they're going to get greedy. One thing about lazy people, they do want money. They do want money. When you give people a little taste of money, they'll do all kinds of things to get more. When they realize they can really get it, they'll do more. They'll do more. So, and their friends will just want to know, where are you getting the money? Where are you getting the money? And they're just going to be signing up everybody they meet, everybody they know. It's the way it goes. There wasn't anybody I knew when I was rocking this thing, 2x force fed matrix. There wasn't anybody I knew or anybody that came in my path that did not sign up. I didn't even have to hardly say a word. They just signed up. They just signed up. It was that easy. No questions asked. They just signed up. So it's going to be a fun ride. And then all these people that you see that are in there that you're creating all the spillover under, don't worry. They'll be coming around. They'll do their part before it's all over. They won't be able to resist it. They want that more money, more money, more money, more money. You just got to give them a little taste of it. And the next thing you know, they're addicted. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to pull up the pledge. And if y'all will all unmute, we'll rededicate ourselves to what we're really here about, is not our wealth so much as helping others, eradicating poverty, making the world a better place, because everybody has more than they need. That is what we're out to do. Help everybody have more than they need, so that we can move millions of people from poverty to philanthropy. We have to have a lot of haves to help the have-nots, and to help those programs out there that need assistance financially. So the main goal behind all of this, eradicate poverty and create more philanthropists. All right, so does anybody want to recite this tonight? Do I have a volunteer? Anybody?
Sure, I will.
Wonderful. I'm having a difficult time with my mouse pad. There we go. Is that big enough?
Oh, I don't see it.
Oh, am I not scaring my screen? Not scaring my screen. Good thing I don't drink. I can hardly stop trait when I'm not. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
All righty.
Okay. Ready?
Everybody unmute and repeat after. Is this Weta?
Yes, it is.
Wonderful. Thank you, Weta.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. I have been blessed
I have
I
been
have
blessed
been blessed
with the knowledge and the weapon
with the
with
knowledge
the
and the
knowledge and
weapon
the weapon
that will eradicate poverty
that will
that will
eradicate poverty
eradicate poverty
simply, simply and easily.
simply and
simply and
easily.
easily.
I have the power
I have the
I have
power
power
and the solution
and the
and
solution
to help end the problems
to help
to help
end the
end the
problems
problems
that poverty breeds.
that
poverty
poverty breeds.
I am an intricate part
am
am
an
injured part
integral part
of ending the suffering
of ending
of
the
ending the
suffering
suffering
of millions of people
of
of
millions of
millions of
people
people
around the world.
around
around
the
the
world.
world.
I respect and honor
I
I
respect and
respect
honor
and honor
the privilege and ability
the
the
privilege and
privilege
ability
and ability
that has been bestowed on me
that has been
that is
bestowed on
bestowed
me
on me
to make a difference in poverty.
to make a
to make a
difference
to
in
make a
poverty.
difference in poverty.
I will not waste time.
I will
I
not
will
waste
not
time.
waste time.
I hasten to the call of duty
I
I
hasten
hasten to the call of duty
and pledge to give my best
and
and
pledge to give
pledge
my
to give my
best
best
every day to this cause
every day
every
to this
day
cause
in the interest of all mankind.
in the
in the
interest of all
interest of all
mankind.
mankind.
Before my God,
Before my
Before my
God,
God,
who wants his people to prosper,
who
who
wants
wants
his
his
people to
people to
prosper,
prosper,
I make this pledge.
I
I
make this
make this
pledge.
pledge.
Semper Fi.
Exemplify.
Simplify.
All right. Joseph, are you on the call?
Yes, can you hear me?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes. God, today we thank you once again for another day that you have blessed us with, and we continue on this journey to eradicate poverty. We ask that you would help us to catch the vision and to make it plain, and so that we can share it with others, that we can get more of our AAI membership activated, the alumni to come back and to participate and to bring new people as we forge in new areas. And so these things that are being developed by programmers, we ask that you would help bring those things to pass so that we can get our programs up and operating the way that they need to be. And we also ask for the patience that we need, because sometimes things don't happen the way we want to. But we know that if we just stay within your will, doing the right thing for the right reason, things will work out at the right time. So we just thank you and praise you. And we ask that you help us to touch somebody's lives. And on tomorrow, let us continue. We all say, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. God bless. Love you all so much. It is going to be a great Thanksgiving. I tell you what, we're going to have so much to be grateful for. I know we're going to be up and running very, very soon. And we have plenty of time before Thanksgiving to just have so many people already experience what this can do. It's going to be just a phenomenal time. I'm looking forward to the holidays. So God bless. I'll see you guys in class tomorrow. And if you need help the rest of the evening, I'll be here for another probably 2 hours or so. So let's just keep doing what we do. It's going to pay off, guys. What you do today will pay off forever. So
Thank you.
thanks for coming in tonight, being here for each other.
Thank you. Good night.
God bless. Oh, Tanya, you still here with me? Tanya.
I'm here.
Hey, I talked with Eugene Hall today.
Eugene?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, he's all jazzed. So he'll be coming in. You know he's under you, right?
Yeah, I talk
Okay.
to him. I talk to him every now and then, tell him
Yeah.
about the avatars and whatnot.
You did
He
tell
said-
him about him? Huh.
Mhm.
Well, he acted like he didn't know anything about the 2x4 SPED matrix.
Well,
That's
that's
funny.
because he's doing too much, you know.
Huh.
But yeah, I'm trying. So
Yeah.
he said. So he said he's gonna do it. He's gonna.
Oh yeah, and he's going to be putting his daughter in too.
Okay,
So
good.
he's going to be putting some extra positions in. So, yeah.
Did you find Donna's payment?
Donna Pipkin payment for let me think about this a minute. think she only needed, she made a payment, I think today. Let me think. I gotta go look. Hold on. I think she was activating, traffic exchange. Let me see. I think she's in,
NMAS or something like that. She wanted.
I think she's already in that one. Let me go look. I have to go look at all of the different things. Takes me a minute to get around them.